obviously, both the pandemic that has gone on and the need for across the country by all geographies to shelter in place has an impact on lots of businesses, including our own, and we've had, I would say, kind of a mixed result as of that. We're not a company that, some companies like the travel industry or hospitality industry obviously see such a dramatic impact to their business. For us, we did see it working at an adult beverage company. We did see actually a huge spike in volume, at least on the onset, as people were stocking up for being at home for the long haul. But at the same token, a lot of the places where we sell our world-class products, in bars and restaurants and hotels and all those different places, venues like sporting arenas and music festivals, right? Those have all been hit really hard as a result, and so that's why I say it's definitely a mixed bag. And from a marketer's perspective, we've had to really adjust our how we go to market in a very real-time fashion with weekly check-ins with our leadership team and reviews of what's going on in the world, and making decisions very much on the fly with not a lot of concrete information. There's a lot of information coming in on changes in consumer behavior. There are a lot of reports available to us as a result of what's going on in the world and how consumers are thinking about brands and how they want to hear. And so our reaction both needed to happen both from how we message our brands like appropriately, as well as where we message them appropriately. And so both of those combined factors put into play a new way to market. And so some of our brands specifically just decided to pause their marketing efforts, and wait to see when it would be more appropriate to put those marketing dollars on. And other brands use the opportunity to, convey its message, shift to a more purpose-driven approach to marketing, with messaging to support businesses, like what we did with Miller Lite on the virtual tip jar, which was to give back to those local bars and restaurants that were, and to the bartenders that that needed the support of us and businesses like us, as well as brands like Coors Light, where we noticed that through monitoring what's going on in social media, that people were, including this wonderful woman in Ohio named Olive, who posted on social media that she needed beer, and she was holding up a Coors Light, and being able to kind of use that as an opportunity to say, how we understood that people, especially people that are on the front lines of this, really could use a beer, and use that as a platform to advocate for our brands, but really in the interest of the people that matter the most. And so those are two main factors from a creative standpoint. And from a media standpoint, it was just following the consumer patterns and behaviors. And so seeing that a lot of people were migrating towards things like OTT and digital media and social media, as seeing huge spikes in activity there. Those were places, obviously, we felt really confident in investing our dollars. We are a big partner of places like Hulu. We made a strategic bet to be one of the first investors from a brand standpoint in Peacock when it launched last month. and we continue to invest heavily on in partnerships with like a Twitch and a Reddit, these places that we define as rabbit hole media are the places where people are just kind of diving into and using as a way to occupy their time or to escape a little bit of an escape of what's going on in the world around them. I mean, beyond just sports TV, we're a massive investor in sports. Period. Right? We have dozens, if not 30 plus alliances with different sports teams around the country, as well as music venues. And sports TV is definitely a component of that, and makes up a large percentage of our TV investment on a quarterly and as well as annualized basis. And so the first shoe to drop was when the NCAA tournament, decided the NCAA decided that they weren't going to move forward with the tournament. And then we are also a major advertiser in the Olympics, and that was the next major event to say that they were going to postpone until 2021. And so we had to look for ways to reach fans of those sports or interests and other places that they were seeking for content. And so that led us to using different types of marketing tools available to us that allowed us to say, where are sports viewers or consumers of sports content, where are they going to seek out that connection to that world when the live activity wasn't going on. And so I know partnerships that we've had with ESPN or some of our other partnerships were very accommodating and wanting to partner with us to look for ways to bring our brands to life in a sports environment without actually being in live action sports.
We're going to be at the New Fronts in just in a couple of weeks. I know you'll be joining us for some of it. What do you hope to get out of the New Fronts this year?
I'd like to see how the world, how digital content is evolving. I'd like to see, given where we are from a current both political and just societal standpoint, on how these content marketers are ensuring that what they're creating is representative of the world around us and what's going on in culture. And I'm interested to see in some of the new, more exciting advancements in their capabilities to both reach hard to find audiences as well as measure success.